So a couple weeks ago, I went to our local flea market. Now, this flea market's been around for about a few months now, and it's this tiny flea market. It sort of opened up right down the street from us in a parking lot, and there's maybe a dozen tables, maybe a few dozen tables. It's not a huge flea market by any standards. It's a small, very small flea market. And I think those are the best kind because you can find crazy things like what I just picked up here. Now, before I show you what this is, it's Kula Hula, first of all. It's an exclusive limited edition Kula Hula outfit. It's Kiki, the fashion tiki. I have a cold too, so I'm going to try to make it through this review. And it's actually made by Jurassic Plastic. This is one of the companies here that made it. Now, on the back of the package, you can see it says the Wooden Wonder is back. And I didn't even read any of this when I picked it up. This thing was so crazy. I was like, I have to have it. And it was only like $2. I think the guy sold it to me for like $2. So, I was like, okay. For $2, I'm going to get this and review it for everybody here on It Figures. So if you read this, the top of this thing, it says, I'm going to read all this so you understand what's happening here, because it's really bizarre. It says, it's a fact. Bad things happen to good people every day. True? With Kiki, the fashion tiki, you can protect yourself from unseen danger while having fun. Simply brush your hair once a day to keep bad things away. Now, this is something else that I had no idea even existed until I actually got on the internet and read about it. And then, of course, it was on the back of the box, too. So it says, Kiki, the fashion tiki, was first introduced to the world in 1966 by the legendary Gobbler Toys, which I've never heard of, so they can't be too legendary. Many grown-ups found her appearance to be unsettling, but little girls couldn't get enough of her exotic looks and edgy fashions. She became one of the best-selling dolls of the 60s and spawned dozens of wannabes, including Birch Babies and Michelle, the dress-up gazelle. Be interesting to see what that is. If you go farther down here, it says, Jurassic Plastic is proud to reintroduce this wonderful doll to the world. Her looks have been changed a little to keep up with the times, and she is no longer made of wood, but the same magic is there. So apparently there was a company called Gobbler Toys. I don't know what other weird things they've made. I have no clue. Alright, so let's just take a look at Kiki the Fashion Tiki. And you will see why I had to pick this up and review it for you guys. So, here you go. When I saw that, I was like, what in the... I have no idea what that was, and I still really don't know what it is. So we are going to open it up together and take a closer look at it. So I guess we'll start here. From what I read on the back of the package, this was originally made out of wood, and now it's plastic. So they said they had to update it so they couldn't make it out of wood. However, if it was actually made out of wood, it would actually be pretty cool. I think it would be pretty heavy, top heavy. Definitely reminds me of Trilogy of Terror, of the voodoo fetish doll, I think it was called, or whatever it was called. The first thing I seen, that's what I thought it was, actually, when I saw it the first time. It's just so weird. I don't know how else to explain this thing, but just weird. The detail here on the face is pretty good. I mean, they did a really good job of reproducing it. I don't know what the original one looked like, but if it looked like this, yeah, they did a really good job. It definitely does kind of look like wood. Obviously it's plastic, but they did have some of the wood marks and carvings in there. And she does have some weird real eyelashes that's coming off of the bottom of her eyes there. And I guess that must be a tongue that's in there with her weird teeth and lips and blue eyes. But she has all this really nice blonde hair too. And if you turn her around and move some blonde hair out of the way, you can see the back of her is also the same with like the markings on the wooden head. And she has like the metal earrings in. As for her body, I'm assuming it's kind of like a Barbie-like body. The arms don't bend, they're hard, and the other thing is the head does not turn too. The head is still, it doesn't turn. But she does have her Hawaiian flowers here, and they're made out of like silk, or I'm not sure what they're made out of. But they're nice. I mean, they're nicely colored. And her hula hoop skirt, whatever you want to call it, is also made out of the same type of weird plastic paper-like substance. If you're wondering what's underneath of it, It's the same pink like bikini that she has up on top as well. The legs do bend. They have the weird like, I don't know what you would call it. Like you can kind of feel it, you know, going into joint there. It's like the metal rod or whatever they have in there. She does not come with any kind of shoes whatsoever. So standing up on her own is not going to be a thing. But I think, you know, girls who bought this thing didn't really care about if she stood up or not. And now that comes to my thing about this is, oh, she has a flower up here too. I just noticed that. She has like a flower up in her hair. My thing that comes to mind with this is I don't see how girls would would want this. I mean, it's scary. It's kind of not very attractive, but in the same way, it's cool. I mean, it is. It really is just uniquely weird and uniquely interesting. And, you know, this is like a company who, you know, went way out and went way out to like left field and say, hey, let's make this thing and see what happens. And apparently it was a big hit back in the 1960s. Like nowadays, these billion-dollar companies just wouldn't take a chance on something like this. We're like, what girl would want something like this? But apparently they did. And like I said, on the back of the package, you got to comb her hair, and it brings you good luck. And there's a lot of hair here for somebody to comb. So I'm surprised it didn't come with a comb or anything. So overall, I think this thing is pretty cool. For $2, it's definitely a display item that somebody would come in and be like, what is that? And is it cursed? So I think it's really awesome. And if you can find one, give it to your daughter. If you have a young daughter, or even if you have a young boy who wants some kind of weird 12-inch tiki fashion doll, go for it. Give it to him. But I'd be curious see what like a 6 or 7 year old, or however old kids would be playing with this thing, would think of this. If you're watching it, and if you're, you know, 6, 7, 8 years old, would you want this? Is my question. Or if you're a parent and you're watching this, would you buy this for your kid? I myself probably would if I had a kid. So I definitely would recommend this one. This is definitely a very well recommended one because the sculpt's cool and it's just weird. And, you know, you don't see things like this anymore because it's just weird. It's one of the oddities that for whatever reason became a hit. And, you know, because of that, I think it's awesome. And little girl, and it's not top heavy either. It's like little girls could still play with this today, I guess. I don't know. She would definitely be coming to the party like, hey, everybody, I'm here for the party. Let's party. I don't know if this is the only one they made or if they made other ones or not. So if you haven't subscribed to It Figures yet, please do so. Because one of these years, I would like to hit 1,000 subscribers so we can get paid for this channel. We're only holding at 300 right now. And I am trying to get as many new reviews up here as I can. I really am. And now that 2020 is here, or just about here. I don't know when I'm going to be posting this. It might be already here by the time I post this. I am going to try to give you a lot more reviews on this channel. And hopefully it will, you know, get more subscribers on here. Because right now, you know, I have a stack. I literally have enough figures to probably go through the rest of the year that I have yet to open up. So if you like this, and if you like weird things like this, because I always go to the flea market and look for the weird stuff, and I found it this time, please hit the subscribe button and become one of our It Figures fans on here. And I'll see you next time here on